So, in the last episode, I told you all about my 17-year detour. And no, it wasn't a casual stroll. It was more like I fell off the education train, rolled down a hill, started a family, and then I got whacked in the face by a global pandemic. Classic coming of age tale, right? But something changed. After surviving lockdowns, rediscovering my purpose, and enrolling in a healthcare diploma course, I found myself at a crossroads. One road was marked play it safe, the other risk everything for your dream. Spoiler alert, I chose chaos. I chose growth. I chose the road with potholes, baby wipes, and 3 a.m. existential crisis. I went for it. Alright, quick one before we jump in. If uni's on the radar, but the whole application process feels like a headache, I've got something that'll help you. I put together a free university application starter guide that breaks everything down into easy steps, entry requirements, UCAS points, picking the right course, all the stuff that actually matters. Grab it for free now, links in the description, and don't go anywhere because later in this episode I'll tell you how you can get my full step-by-step guide to smash the application when you're ready. Enter the access to Higher Education Diploma in Healthcare. And if that sounds like a mouthful, that's because it is. But really, it's just a grown-up version of a get out of academic jail free card. This diploma is a reboot button for anyone who left school in the Stone Age, aka early 2000s. It's your way back into university without having to redo your A-levels. Because, let's be honest, no one over 30 wants to revisit algebra unless they're being blackmailed. My old qualifications? Expired. Irrelevant. Kinda like a Blockbuster membership or a BlackBerry Curve. The Access Diploma was my springboard, my personal montage moment, if you will. The academic montage where I swapped musical montages for recorded lectures, spreadsheets, and referencing styles. And trust me, there were no Rocky theme songs involved, just mild caffeine dependence and a creeping terror of referencing errors. But let me tell you this, starting the course, genuinely, it was terrifying. Not because I doubted the content, but because I doubted myself. I mean, come on, I hadn't studied in nearly 2 decades. I worried that I'd be the awkward, mature student at the back of the Zoom call accidentally unmuting just to yell at the dog. Spoiler, I absolutely was that student. But you know what? I didn't just survive. I thrived. I found a groove. And the fear? Well, it got quieter. So how did I manage it without my brain combusting? Well, 3 things. Number 1, I got ruthlessly organised. Now, I'm not talking about Instagram organised. I'm talking real life organised. You know, sticky notes, Google Calendar alarms, and to-do lists that look like they were written during a blackout. But they worked. Number 2, I learned to ask for help. Which, by the way, is harder than it sounds when you spent years pretending that you've got life and everything else figured out. Spoiler, no one does. Lecturers are there to help. They want you to ask. They actually love it when students engage. You're basically giving them professional validation, like academic ASMR. Number 3, I found my people. Your classmates will be your survival tribe. The ones you bond with over shared meltdowns and referencing disasters. Think of it like assembling your Avengers team, but for deadlines and group discussions. But here's what no one tells you. The diploma doesn't just teach you biology or psychology or how to survive a 12-hour study session. It teaches you that you're still capable of change. It rebuilds your confidence. You walk in feeling like a fraud, and slowly, week by week, assignment by assignment, you realise I belong here. The diploma, isn't it just a bit of paper? No, it's the reason I got into the actual undergraduate mental health nursing degree. The Access Diploma wasn't just a qualification, it was proof. Proof that I wasn't starting again. I was levelling up. So if you're sat there thinking, I've left it too late, or I'd never get into uni, or I can't go back now, just stop. Because guess what? You're not starting over, you're starting better. Everything you've been through, every job, every challenge, every sleepless night, that all becomes fuel. You're not behind, you're just on your own timing. So, what's my advice for anyone thinking about an Access Diploma? Do it. Take the leap. You don't need to have it all figured out, you just need to start. And if you need a sign, this is it, right here. This video. This chaotic, coffee-fueled TED Talk from a bloke who once thought plagiarism was a type of plant. True story. Drop a comment below if you've taken the Access route or if you're thinking about it. I'll read every single one, and if I can survive referencing group work and sleepless baby nights, you've got this. And don't forget to hit subscribe. We've got so much more to cover. In the next episode, I'm spilling the tea on the university application process, personal statement panic, and how I nearly missed the deadline. I know. And one email that changed everything. That's another chapter in my story. Want to binge the whole series? The playlist is right here on the left. Fancy a laugh and a bit of behind the scenes mayhem? My vlog playlist is waiting here on the right. Subscribe in the middle. You know you want to. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and remember, it's never too late to become who you're meant to be.